In the glittering world of the 90s and 2000s pop music scene, Chris Kirkpatrick stood as both a beacon of charisma and a complex figure shadowed by his own inner world. The image the public remembers is one of youthful exuberance and vocal talent, a quintessential member of the boy band phenomenon that swept the globe. Yet beneath this vibrant surface lies a narrative interwoven with the threads of Enneagram motivations, group dynamics, and the often invisible pressures of fame. Chris, through the eyes of the Enneagram, seems to embody aspects of a Type 3, the achiever. Driven by a need for validation and success, the achiever seeks to prove their worth through accomplishments, striving to become the image of success that others admire. In Kirkpatrick's case, this manifested as a relentless pursuit of perfection, not just vocally, but in maintaining the dynamic and polished image that made NSYNC a household name. But what did this drive to achieve protect him from? The fear of being insignificant, a fear that haunts many Type 3s, pushing them into the spotlight even as they privately grapple with self-doubt. The formative ecosystem in which Chris operated was a potent mix of industry demands and group dynamics. Boy bands did not merely succeed on individual talent, they thrived on a meticulously crafted group harmony. Behind the scenes, the industry machine rewarded those who could maintain the facade of effortless unity and punished cracks in the veneer. For Kirkpatrick, the role was both a blessing and a challenge, as he balanced the camaraderie of his bandmates with the competitive pressures they collectively faced. His relationships within the group reflected a delicate dance of alliances and rivalries, a common dynamic in such tightly knit teams. These were bonds forged in the crucible of shared success and the weight of public expectation. Kirkpatrick, often seen as the quirky one, balanced his role with humor and a light-hearted demeanor, masking the deeper currents of isolation that can accompany life in the limelight. The public saw the fun-loving performer, but behind the scenes, the pressure to conform to a specific role within the group could be stifling. The public mask versus private pressure is a theme that resonates deeply in Kirkpatrick's story. While fans adored the lively performer, the role demanded an emotional resilience that often went unseen. The unrelenting schedule, the constant scrutiny, and the pressure to be consistently on could transform the gift of musical talent into a trap. The very qualities that brought him success also threatened to overshadow his authentic self. Here lies the dark psychology of fame, the reward of adoration and the silent punishment of losing touch with one's true identity. Growth in the face of such pressures required a journey into the shadow self. For Chris, this meant confronting the internalized beliefs that his worth was tied solely to external success. The path to integration for a Type 3 involves embracing vulnerability and recognizing that true value lies beyond public accolades. It is a process of peeling back the layers of the public persona to reveal the genuine self beneath. In this narrative, we see reflections of our own lives. Who among us has not felt the tug of expectation, the need to present a certain image to the world, even as we wrestle with our private fears and desires? The story of Chris Kirkpatrick is not just a tale of pop stardom, but of the universal human experience of seeking acceptance and battling the shadows that chase us. In examining the intricate tapestry of Chris Kirkpatrick's journey, we delve further into the subtleties of his psyche, a journey marked by both the captivating allure of stardom and the solitary introspection it inevitably demands. Within the framework of the Enneagram Type 3, his story encapsulates the profound tension between aspiration and authenticity. The Type 3, often driven by the need for achievement and validation, faces the perilous risk of becoming entangled in the persona they project to the world, often at the expense of their true self. Kirkpatrick's struggle to maintain a sense of self amidst the glittering facade of celebrity life speaks to the universal challenge of balancing public perception and personal truth. The alluring spotlight that once seemed a beacon of opportunity can quickly morph into a stark interrogation light, glaring into the soul and demanding conformity to its unyielding expectations. The group dynamics within NSYNC, while a source of camaraderie, also served as a mirror reflecting his inner conflicts. Each member bore their own burden of expectation, Yet Chris's journey was distinctly marked by his need to reconcile the roles he played both on and off the stage. The shadow archetype looms large in this narrative. For Chris, it manifested as an internalized doubt, a whisper that perhaps his worth hinged entirely on the applause and approval of others. This shadow, often ignored, can become a formidable adversary, subtly undermining efforts toward genuine self-acceptance. To integrate this shadow involves a courageous confrontation with one's insecurities and a willingness to dismantle the facade piece by piece. For a performer like Chris, this meant finding the courage to stand vulnerable, stripped of the entertainer's guise, and to seek validation not from the adoring crowd, but from within. There are key moments in Chris's career that highlight this tension between persona and self. Interviews, public appearances, and performances each became a stage, not only for NSYNC's music, but also for the personal dramas playing out behind the scenes. The laughter and jokes that Kirkpatrick often shared with fans were more than just a part of his public persona. They were a defense mechanism against the deeper unease of inadequacy. The challenge for him, and indeed for many, is to turn this defense into a bridge, a means of connecting the disparate parts of himself rather than keeping them isolated. This inward journey is mirrored in the dynamics of NSYNC itself. The group, a powerful collective force on the surface, was composed of individual souls, each grappling with their own battles. Within this microcosm, we observe how the interplay of personalities and archetypes shapes the narrative. The mentor, often appearing in the form of a manager or elder statesman in the industry, provides guidance, but can also impose a vision that may not align with the individual's true path. The trickster, sometimes emerging in the form of unforeseen media controversies or interpersonal conflicts, challenges the status quo and forces growth through disruption. In the broader landscape of the music industry, Chris's story is a testament to the resilience required to navigate an ecosystem that thrives on perpetual reinvention and surface-level judgment. The pressures of this environment can exacerbate the Type 3's core fear of failure, creating a cycle of stress and achievement that is difficult to escape. Yet, it is in these very moments of stress that the potential for growth is most profound. By confronting these challenges head-on, Chris had the opportunity to reframe his narrative, not as one defined solely by external success, but as a journey towards self-discovery and personal fulfillment. This process of shadow integration and self-acceptance is not just an abstract psychological concept, but a tangible journey that each of us may undertake. Whether we are performers on a literal stage or navigating the stages of our own lives, we all encounter moments that demand we reconcile the image we present with the reality we live. The resonance of Kirkpatrick's story lies in its reflection of this universal struggle, a reminder that the path to authenticity is both deeply personal and profoundly shared. As Chris continued to evolve beyond the confines of his early career, new opportunities and challenges arose. The transition from pop star to individual artist required a redefinition of success and a reclamation of identity outside the shadow of the boy band phenomenon. Here, the archetype of the hero emerges, not in the traditional sense of grandiose exploits, but in the subtle courage to pursue a life true to oneself. For Chris, this journey involved not only artistic exploration, but also a deeper inquiry into who he was beyond the roles others assigned him. In the end, Kirkpatrick's story is a mosaic of triumphs and trials, each piece reflecting the complexities of a life lived in search of both acceptance and authenticity. It is a narrative that speaks to the heart of the human condition, the delicate balance of aspiration and authenticity, of public persona and private truth. Through this lens, we see not only the journey of a pop icon, but the enduring quest for self-realization that defines us all.